Hello, and welcome to Accelerating Value from Your Enterprise Data for the Google Cloud Data Summit 2022. I'm Paul Lewis, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer for Pythian. I've been doing this for a long time, 25 years in IT, 25 years in financial services and operations and retail and manufacturing. I've spent my time as a CIO and CTO, even a CISO, looking at all aspects of operating IT, and then of course on the provider side, providing IT services to support that. I also spend time in the academic, looking for new data engineers and new data scientists on helping us discover new interesting opportunities and insights over time. And I do have conversations with CIOs and CTOs and chief digital officers and chief data officers, hundreds on a monthly and a quarterly basis. So I have a keen sense of what it means to apply these technology trends into an enterprise need. Data is everywhere. On the right-hand side, you're seeing an explosive understanding of where the technologies might be in different categories and different vendors within those categories. Imagine having to know thousands of different solution sets, knowing which one of those solutions apply to your specific business problem. Also, data is created and consumed at the edge, created, consumed in the data center for my applications, created and consumed at the cloud in my cloud native environments or my ported applications. It's also created and consumed within my client environments and even within my supply chain. That's a heavily federated, distributed understanding of where that data is both needed and wanted. Data is also in silos, right? It's in individual applications potentially captured within databases, or it's in my SaaS software and it might not have accessibility to that information. Or it's within individual departments with individual budgets and teams, and they're not working together to combine that interesting information for things like customer 360s. IT is responsible for that information, right? We need to protect it and secure it and keep it private. We're also responsible for creating new value out of that information. It's everywhere, and we have to think about how to bring it together in a virtual way to support creating insights. We have to unlock the value of that data. We're looking at structured and semi-structured and unstructured information into the zettabytes, information to which I need to access internally and externally that's exploding. And there's a bunch of data that I, in fact, don't capture, especially the IoT information. I've got running drains and air conditioners, and that information is coming at me and I don't know what to do with it. And now I need to apply new technologies, new data analytics techniques. I need to create applications that can consume this information. I need to likely deploy this to the cloud for both scale and cognitive services reasons. I need to create and implement new capabilities to unlock the value of this data. But it starts at digital transformation. It's no longer an option. Most executives I talk to are at 10 or 15 or 20% on a 5-year, multi-year program. It's focused on competing for the client segments that are attracted to somebody else, some other digitally native competitor. They're offering opportunities and transactions and experiences to which I'm currently not offering. How do I change my business model to attract those type of consumers? I kind of see it as the difference between more and better. On the right-hand side, what consumers are looking for is a highly interactive and agile experience. Highly mobile, highly social, highly transitory, right? It's not about a 30-year relationship with 30 products. It's about a 1-year relationship and one product. And if I don't like this app, I'm going to delete it and download a new one. I want interaction between the peers. I want a network. I want to have a social implementation. But we live in a more world, especially enterprise, right? It's about more products and more features and more functions and more projects and more people and more power and more things. And even our org chart is about creating more, right? More projects, more pipeline, more data center space, more budget, right? So we have to transform the more of what we do into the better of what we do. And that's hard to do when I'm looking at real things like infrastructure and applications. In fact, for IT to move, I have to think about moving away from infrastructure or application centricity into being a data centric part of IT. Listen, infrastructure lasts 3 to 4 years. In fact, every time I buy something new, I have to replace it even faster than before because it's cheaper and better. If I let it go further than its life cycle, then I'm going to have performance and scalability and availability related problems. If I add infrastructure to infrastructure, I have a cost problem, right? I need more space and more power and more internet. Application, same kind of thing. It lasts 3 to 5 years, 5 to 7 years, and it might even go 20 years if I have a mainframe. But at some point, I have to replace this application with a new version. If I let it go longer than its natural life cycle, I'm going to have performance and scalability and availability related problems. If I add applications to applications, if I have 5,000 workloads, I now have a simplification, rationalization, modernization problem, where I have multiple teams producing the exact same features and functions, and I need to rationalize down to the one that's most important to my business. But data's the opposite to that. Data is valuable to me from the point that I create to the point that I delete it, if I ever delete it. In fact, seeing data over time is creating more value to the organization. The bigger pot I have, the more likelihood I'll find nuggets of gold. The more data that I have, the more precise my algorithms become. The more data that I have, the more likely I'll find intelligence and insights into the assets that I create. So IT needs to move from an infrastructure application-centric world to a data-centric world. And the data estate's evolving. I used to do this via data warehouse, right? I used to create a star schema implementation and connect to a few sources and get a better understanding what a client and a transaction, a product was, put that into a data warehouse, into a data mart, and I had a visualization tool to support that. It tended to be limited to certain databases, certain of my core applications. It was on premise because I had a privacy and protection problem, and it connected to those traditional applications. But that estate is evolving into, instead of just a operational data warehouse where I worried about MIS reporting and dashboards for my operations, into a transformational type world. Transformational activity requires things like cognitive services, right? I need machine learning, I need natural language, I need computer vision, I need access to scale, I need access information that's outside of my organization, third-party information. And once I start to combine a variety of internal data and external data, I now have a governance concern, right? I need to keep things private. I need to watch for lineage. I need to ensure that the data quality of the external information is equivalent to the data quality of the internal information. So we're seeing the data estate evolve from an on-premise data warehouse to a modern data cloud platform that combines data lake, data warehouse, first party, second party, third party information, and then has access to those cognitive services. You need to start with a data strategy, right? You can't just jump into those capabilities, both people, process, and technology. I need to create new features and functions, capabilities within my team. Some of it's people. I want to start with C, right? I want to be able to produce insights with all these data sources in a cloud environment. I want to predict. I want to start to look at the future. How can I train the data to look and create predictive understanding of what might happen? Then I want to do I want to create prescriptive actions. I want to actually perform a function when I see a capacity or performance problem in my infrastructure. I want to be able to make a business decision when I see supply chains or capacity in my warehouse fluctuating. And then I want to be able to create new products. I want to monetize this new data capability for future things. That might be creating a new product. It might be wrapping a data-centric product with a non-data-centric product. It might be creating better decisions. It might be doing correlation causation analysis for fraud analytics. But I need to create new value from these new data capabilities I create with this strategy. One needs an enterprise data platform to deploy that. A cloud data platform that allows me to connect to a variety of my internal and external sources, to curate through data staging and storing that information to a data lake in a common format for the purpose of data science, I need to implement that into a data warehouse with a variety of different views for data marts, maybe departmental views or regional views or even product views. And I'm going to have a variety of consumers, from power users or casual users or data scientists, to actually access that information and create those insights. And I might need to want to create that data available externally, right? Create a marketplace of information. And this data platform needs to have access to those cognitive services, right? The scale and the ingenuity of the innovation, things like GCP cognitive services. We've done this before. Pythian's been in this business for 25 years, and we've built this enterprise data platform quick start for the purpose of a few weeks getting to production with an actual use case. Because once it's in production, it creates real. We've done this for a global technology company. We're ingesting thousands of files so we can deliver this real-time customer analytics in minutes. Terabytes of data per day that we can help analyze and create dashboards readily available for the operations team. Or for a senior accommodation and care provider, where we're worried about enabling resident monitoring with their physical IoT devices. Or a fashion organization who's worried about looking at the product segmentation, product catalog, and client segmentation, and they want to do that real time to create real-time product offers. Instead of manually compiling all this information together, how can we streamline this analytical pipeline to make this data available to their dashboards exactly when they need to make these decisions? We've been doing this for 25 years. We have over 400 people, and we've been managing hundreds of thousands of workloads. We've been the winner of a variety of Google capabilities. We're the Partner of the Year for 2020. We are a managed service provider. We are focused on our Google 360-degree relationship, and the partnership is important to the growth of Pythian as a whole. But we do more than just data analytics. It's a good portion of our business, 25 years of the data estate, both databases, managing those environments, evolving, monitoring, alerting, migrating, modernizing that data estate world, but the cloud operations side. So GCP Foundations, delivering a secure landing zone, creating the appropriate DevOps automation to support cloud operations of your applications and data environment, and then functional and technical knowledge within the core applications themselves. It might be Oracle EBS or SAP ECC, Suite on HANA, or HANA S4, or even the Google application space like Workspace and Chrome. So we spend our time across the gamut of the data analytics, applications, and cloud operations skill set that what you need. We appreciate the time and the value we can provide. We're happy to answer any of those questions. Feel free to click on that link to contact us. And if you want to know about more of our relationship and our capabilities with Google Cloud Platform, here's information for you. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your conference. Bye-bye.